brought to you by Penguin.
The Iliad by Homer, read by Steve John Shepherd.
Both for ease of listening and because it contains details of the plot, we've placed the introduction to this Penguin classic at the end of the audiobook.
Book 1, Plague and Wrath. Anger, sing, goddess, the anger of Achilles, son of Peleus, that accursed anger which brought the Greeks endless sufferings and sent the mighty souls of many warriors to Hades, leaving their bodies as carrion for the dogs and a feast for the birds. And Zeus's purpose was fulfilled. It all began when Agamemnon, lord of men, and godlike Achilles quarrelled and parted. Which of the gods was it that made them quarrel? It was Apollo, son of Zeus and Leto, who started the feud because he was furious with Agamemnon for not respecting his priest, Chryses. So Apollo inflicted a deadly plague on Agamemnon's army and destroyed his men. Chryses had come to the Greek swift ships to recover his captured daughter. He brought with him an immense ransom and carried the emblems of the archer god Apollo on a golden staff in his hands. He spoke in supplication to the whole Greek army, and most of all its two commanders, Agamemnon and Menelaus, the sons of Atreus. Sons of Atreus, and you other Greek men at arms, you hope to sack Priam's town and get home in safety. May the gods that live on Olympus grant your wish. Now, respect the archer-god Apollo, son of Zeus. Accept this ransom and release my beloved daughter. Then all the other Greeks shouted in agreement. They wanted to see the priest respected and the splendid ransom taken. But this was not at all to Agamemnon's liking. He cruelly and bluntly dismissed the priest. Old man, don't let me catch you loitering by the hollow ships today or coming back again in the future, or you may find the god's staff and emblems a very poor defense. That girl I will not release. She will grow old in Argos, in my household, a long way from her country, working at the loom, sharing my bed. Now get out, and don't provoke me, if you want to save your skin. So he spoke, and the old man was afraid and did as he was told. He went off without a word along the shore of the sounding sea. But when he had gone some distance, the old man poured out prayers to Lord Apollo, son of lovely-haired Leto. Hear me, Apollo, lord of the silver bow, protector of Chryse and holy Scylla, and mighty ruler over Tenedos. Plague God, if ever I built a temple that pleased you, if ever I burnt you offerings of the fat thighs of bulls or goats, grant me this wish. Make the Greeks pay with your arrows for my tears. So he spoke in prayer, and Phoebus Apollo heard him, and came down in fury from the heights of Olympus, his bow and covered quiver on his back. With every movement of the furious god, the arrows rattled on his shoulders, and his descent was like nightfall. He settled down some way from the ships and shot an arrow with a terrifying twang from his silver bow. He attacked the mules first, and the swift dogs. Then he aimed his sharp arrows at the men, and struck again and again. Day and night, packed funeral pyres burned. For 9 days, the gods' arrows rained down on the camp. On the 10th, Achilles had the men summoned to assembly. An idea the goddess white-armed Hera gave him, in her concern for the Greeks whose destruction she was witnessing. When everyone had arrived, and the gathering was complete, swift-footed Achilles rose and spoke to them. Agamemnon, son of Atreus, what with the ravages of the fighting and the...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?